Happy Fragrant Friday, fraghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with a new, I didn't think you'd get it, backwards cap review. Absolutely. I had a little tiny window of opportunity to do a recording this week. I was actually going to do 2 next week instead. I was going to skip this, but I had a little tiny window, so I seized the moment. And we are going to talk about none other than homme de Caron, because, my friends, of course, we need to pay respects to the fragrance gods. Before I dive into the review, happy Fragrant Friday to you. I hope you're doing well. When it comes to the channel, you know what to do. So this is from 1934. You heard me right. And there's some debate, isn't there? Some people say that Creed says that they've been making fragrance since the 1700s, the 18th century. And then, of course, others have said it's a big controversy because you cannot find any bottles before 1900. I don't know about that. But so we'll just call this one of the first fragrances. This is from 1934. You guys, if you follow my channel each week, know that my relationship with lavender is rather tenuous. I don't like many lavender note-based fragrances. This is the one that I do talk about the most as far as liking it. Not loving it, but liking it. And part of it, I fully admit, is because the bottle. I just love having the bottle out for all to see. I'm on a run, aren't I? Like the last 6 or 7 I've reviewed have had really nice bottles, and I think that does count for me. So speaking of which, let's take a look at the bottle and the design. So this came in and on a gift set, and it came with a sample, a bar of soap, and a 4.2 ounce, 125 milliliter bottle. And I sent the sample to Brian, and he can let us know if he's tried it, what he thinks. And if he hasn't, he can come back to this review later. And then I'll talk about the soap a little bit later. So let's talk about the overall bottle. Really, doesn't that look nice? It really looks nice on your bathroom counter. I really like it. I do have a couple of tiny nitpicky things. Of course I do. And that is, if you notice here, the stripe, I don't know if you can see it, but the stripe is actually not perfectly aligned. If there's too much space here, and then it goes up onto the lip on this side of the bottle. So a little. Should we take off a spray for that? I don't think I will, but you can kind of notice that a little bit. But overall, really nice. I really like the simplistic nature, but it shines quite well, and I love the green juice. It harkens back to a more simpler life. So this is from Paris, and on the bottom it has the information, but it's not a sticker. Notice it's actually in the glass, so that's kind of a cool touch. And then the batch code is 101048, and I think I got it right here. You can't see it very well. There you go. There it is right there. So 101048, and this batch is from the 22nd of January 2018. And it even said on the site that it has a 60-month shelf life, and then I have 11 months left. So take that. 22nd of January 2018. And this, of course, is, again, paying our respects to the fragrance gods, going back to a fragrance that is almost 100 years old. So does it smell like it? Stay tuned and find out. Let's take a look at the bottle. So the sprayer is quite nice. This actually is also quite ergonomic. It's got grooves on the side. So that is really nice. I love that. And the atomizer is quite nice indeed. Boom. Aha. Spring is in the air. So right off the bat, nothing really but good news, except for, again, the little issue that I mentioned, but that's not on every bottle. Come on, that's just my luck, and I got it at a reasonable price, so maybe it was reduced because of that. So in all fairness. So again, simplistic yet quite nice. Everything listed on the glass. This one doesn't have. I had the box, but my point is it didn't have much on it. And then this was a gift set, so a little bit different scenario. Now, so that's the bottle, that's the atomizer, and, a timeless classic. What more can I say? When it comes to the notes, well, actually, let me talk about the house. Just the main thing for the house is this is pour un homme de Caron. And so that means, and it is an EDT. Notice that so that means for a man, pour un homme, for a man, and then the company is by Caron. So it's not Caron. So we will not be demanding to see the manager, okay? This is not what I ordered, all right? So this is not Caron. This is Caron, and it's For a Man by Caron. For a Man by Caron. So I've actually said, of course, a few times, I've called it Caron, but it is actually not that. It's For a Man by Caron. So that's the house, Caron. And by the way, if you like if you like fragrances that'll put hair on your chest, you can always get Yadigan. So this house is kind of known for this timeless classic, mixed with or all, in addition to, I should say, Yadigan. If you've ever tried that, that will certainly put hair on your chest. That is for the manly man indeed, from the late 70s. So this one is more of a gentleman. This is clearly a barbershop fragrance, perhaps even the barbershop fragrance. All right, let's dive in on the notes. Very simplistic here. There are only 3 notes listed, and you're going to get a lavender, then a vanilla, and then a musk. That's not really rocket science here. You can really pick that up. Now, the one thing, for me personally, the lavender, the top notes are slightly off-putting. And I know, you're upset. How can you talk about, the godfather of fragrance? The first half hour, I do not care for this fragrance. The lavender in it is an earthy lavender. So if you're checking out this episode specifically for this review on this fragrance and you haven't smelled it, it's not the kind of lavender you think it is in the first half hour. Excuse me. And so it is a very earthy lavender. So forget John Lennon and Strawberry Fields. You are walking in lavender fields. It's just rained. You've got boots on and you're treading through some wet soil. And so that's what you're smelling. You're smelling lavender in wet soil, and so it is intensely earthy. I personally find it off-putting, and I know that is sacrilegious indeed to say that, but when you have 83 viewers, you can just be honest. All right, so that is lavender, and then the vanilla comes in, and of course the musk toward the end. So kind of a running theme I've mentioned in previous episodes. If you commute, if you take the metro, or drive, whatever, to work, by the time you get there, this little guy will settle down, because at first it's a little organic. It's a little odd for me, honestly. In the first half hour, I'm not such a huge fan of it, but I do like it with each half hour after that, up until a certain point, and I will talk about that in just a second. So again, I'm not a huge lavender fan, but I have mentioned this one as one that I do like if I am going to go the lavender route. And so, after all talking about this fragrance for so long, I finally got a bottle. I'm super happy I did, actually. I really enjoy having a barbershop-esque fragrance in my collection. It's not normally my thing. I'm not, I want to come clean on that. No pun intended. But it's fun to try different things, right? So that's where I'm at. So when it comes to the longevity and the sillage and the projection, unfortunately, we have to break out our inner Eeyore. If I have time to edit, I'll put that. Otherwise, you can just imagine our little sad inner Eeyore here, because I have to tell you, the batch here, it says is still good, right? It says the 22nd of January, 2018. Some people on Fragrantica said they get an 8-hour work shift. I don't know, but I can tell you right now, my batch, I put on a ton, and you are looking at a 4-hour max if you are lucky. Now, the people who said 8-hour, I'm assuming they get into their garage, right? Start up their car, leave their car, walk about 15 steps, and stay at their job inside the entire time. Because if you go outside for more than 10 or 15 minutes, you can kiss this sucker goodbye. So you're looking at 2 to 4 hours. That is rather feeble, and indeed I would put it at 4 absolute max. And that is, I put on a lot of sprays, guys, on my clothes. And I don't usually do that, but I really wanted to do that to get as much as I could. And so I was disappointed with longevity. Very disappointed, actually. So projection, I mean, about an hour, hour and a half. And again, the first half hour, I don't really want people to pick it up anyway. But it never is going to go more than more than an arm length away from me after the first, half hour or so. And about an hour and a half later, it's going to be gone. This really is more for the feel of, you've just showered and shaved and, you're wearing really nice dress clothes. It's more of a fresh, gentleman feel, really, than it is to get compliments from others. That's my take on it anyway. And then sillage, again, is going to be rather poor. Sillage is going to be, hour and a half again, 2 hours at the most. You probably won't get too many compliments on this once you leave the house. So if your partner loves, a gentlemanly barbershop scent, as soon as you spray and walk around the house, then compliments will abound. But if you're at a party or such, this isn't going to be picked up, at least with this batch on my skin. That's all I can say. And I even put more sprays than usual because I really wanted, and I wore it for about a week and a half, actually, and gave this a good wear chance opportunity, and it just never really impressed me in that regard. So when it comes to gender, this is going to be about 85-15. I do see this as quite a gentleman scent. I think 85% of people who actually wear this will be men who have bought it, purchased it, have it as a signature scent. I do see this as kind of a post, an après rasage, right? An aftershave. It has a very clean spring element to it that is, it's nice. It's very nice. If I had to use one word for this fragrance, it would be that, though. It would be nice, in parentheses, and nothing more. But, okay. So we're going to go 85-15, I think is what I said. And it's 85% men and 15% on the women's side. I don't really see it as unisex at all. I see this as barbershop men's. So when it comes to age, okay. When it comes to age, for me personally, it's a 50 and up. I feel this walks dangerously close to grandpa-ish scent. It really does. And you're probably thinking, okay, it's March 11th, and he's still got snow outside, and so he's grumpy and in a foul mood because of that, and he's had a lot of work this week. So excuse the informality here. But it's not because of that. It's just, I'm going to go 50 and up. I definitely don't see any teenagers rocking this juice. If you're going to be going to the clubs, you won't be reaching for this instead of Invictus. It's a 50 like way on 110, 120. Maybe you were still alive when it came out in 1934. So, in fact, if it has been your signature scent since 1934, comment down below. You let us know. So, that's my take on it, 15 above. It is for the grandpas. I know I will get some unsubscribers, but, keeping it real at TCG like I always do. When it comes to event, I don't see this so much as an event per se. I see this as a feel, an aura, and it succeeds in that. And so, like I said, if if you wanted to wear a fragrance every day where as soon as you shave and shower, get ready for the day, and you have really nice ironed clothes, and you just want to have a very gentlemanly feel, it succeeds in that. It really does. I don't, if I wore a t-shirt for, a hoodie and a backwards baseball cap, I don't know if I would wear this, although of course I did today because I'm reviewing it. But, that's the way I see it. That's where this would shine. So I would say, if you worked in a jewelry store, right, where you have to dress up and look gentlemanly, and it's a lovely spring day. It's a lovely spring day, and this would be perfect for that. Around 45 degrees to about 65. Everything's green. It's just beautiful. It has a very rejuvenating, calming. It does, actually. It's a little corny with lavender, but it really does. It has a very positive feel to it. It's not sexy per se for me, but it just has a unique quality that I do like about it. But again, as someone who walks a lot, as I'm outdoors a ton, this isn't going to be something I would reach for. But I will say, I will compliment this because it's going to be perfect for this spring, which should be coming hopefully any day. So I will be rocking this juice on days when I'm not trying out a fragrance for the channel to review. So I'll be wearing it in the next couple months quite a bit. I certainly like it. So again, it's the proverbial nice. So have we paid our respects to the fragrance gods? We have. I always wanted to get a bottle of this, and I'm so happy that I did. So I talked earlier about different things that the gift set had. One of them was soap. So here's my take on this fragrance. My take is this. This is going to be a one and done for me. Yeah, I know you're upset. You're upset, and I can see it. I can see it in your eyes. You're upset. So it is, though. It's going to be a one and done, and frankly, I like it more, really, even just because of the way it looks. But that said, the bar of soap, which lasted a super long time, was excellent. I really loved. I felt super clean. I liked it. I did just check right before I started recording in Walmart of all places, and it was, I think, like $37. So of course I wouldn't pay that. But if I ever saw the soap at a reasonable price, I would go much more for the deodorant spray, the soap, and the aftershave. For me, this is not. It's just not my thing when it comes to fragrance. Okay, so that is that. I like this. I don't love it. It is a one and done. Do I have buyer's remorse? Absolutely not. I'm glad I got it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'll burn through the juice, and then I'll be done with it. Would I get the deodorant spray? Would I get the soap? Would I get the aftershave? Definitely. In fact, like it more than the actual EDT itself. That's my take. All right, so there you have it, folks. I'm going to go... if it were just smell, especially in the beginning, lavender fields sloshing through the mud in wet soil after a spring rain. This is a 2 out of 5, but again, you're rolling your eyes. I'm going to go 3, partially because I don't have any personal conflict with you, but all jokes aside, I'm going to go 3 out of 5 for me. This is something that I will keep. If I got the soap or the deodorant spray at a reasonable price, I would jump at that and get it again, no doubt. But this is a one and done. So I'm going to go 2 out of 5 just on the initial impression. After the first half hour, though, things improve. But you know what? After that, longevity. See, here's the thing. This fragrance is a a pharmacy level fragrance in France. Okay, so this is something you would see at like a CVS or Walgreens around here. So it should not be that expensive. But lately, like, the marketing scheme has tried to change, and I think they're tapping into the history and trying to promote this as a much more they're actually just making it more expensive than it needs to be. So we're gonna dock some grumpy sprays here. I'm definitely gonna take off a spray for that, for the cost and how they're marketing and trying to elevate this almost to like a niche fragrance. I'm not buying that, literally. And then I'll also take off again because of longevity, sillage, and projection. Come on, they can do better than that. If you're, I've already given the conditions for if you wear this and between, you want 4 to 8 hours, better hope you get right out of your car and go right into your job and just stay there, because as far as this being picked up, you're going to have to spray and spray some more, and definitely spray on your clothes. It's green juice, but it does not stain. In fact, I'll do that right now. No worries there. Okay, so we're going to go 3 out of 5, dangerously close to 2 out of 5. But all 83 of you have said if he gives 2 out of 5 for something like this, peace out. So I'm going to bump it up to 3. 3 out of 5. Enjoyed it one time. It was fun to do the go around, to do the Homme de Caron by Caron Paris, and I'm going to go 1 on each wrist and then 1 here, so you can see that it doesn't leave a green on the white. Boom. boom, and boom. Okay, so does it smell like, a Parisian crepe? No, it does not. Does it smell like, a bakery in Morocco? It absolutely does not. Does it smell like a more primitive time in fragrance where everything was more natural? It does. It does. So it certainly has a place in your collection if you're looking for that type of fragrance. This is all about knowing what it is and if that's something you want to have in your collection. To you guys out there, what do you think of this fragrance? Have you tried it? Do you like it? Do you agree with my assessment? And if not, feel free to let me know. As you guys know, if you don't have much to say about this, but you just watch my episode each week, first of all, thank you for doing that. Second of all, always let me know, if nothing else, your scent of the day. I absolutely love checking out, going to Fragrantic. I just leave it open, and I just go down the line and check out your scents of the days. Or scents of the day. So there you have it, another review by the boards. I really enjoyed this. I'm so happy I had just a little tiny window of opportunity here. And always remember, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. For the bonus feature, let me just say real quick, I talked about this being more of an everyday fragrance, but I just wanted to be very clear about the seasons. So this is, if I had to choose a season, this would be a spring, summer, and definitely top heavy on the spring. So I associate this with a spring daytime fragrance and just wanted to point that out.